5 years ago, to the day that I'm recording this video, I moved to Sarasota, and I thought I'd look back and share my thoughts on how Sarasota has lived up to my expectations. If you're new to my channel, I am Lisa McBride, owner of Sarasota Neighborhood Experts and part of Keller Williams Real Estate. I do share videos every week about living and working on the Florida Gulf Coast, and I love helping people make the move, so if I can be of any help, I'd love to be your real estate resource. If you do find this information helpful, please subscribe and leave a comment. Now let's dive right in. First, I must say, I truly cannot believe that I have lived in Sarasota for 5 years. These 5 years have gone by just like that. Not because they were all good or all bad. Time just goes by so quickly. So is this what I expected? Well, truthfully, I did not have a lot of expectations moving to Florida because somewhere in the back of my mind, I had told myself, if I do not like it, I'm just gonna move back to the Midwest and I will be just fine. So I really had no idea what to expect, which is extremely odd for me. I love to plan, I love to research, I love to set a goal, and on a regular basis, this move was somewhat out of character for me. Not the trying something new, no, I can do that, or moving, I can do that, but the not planning it out part. What I did experience was a number of highs and a number of lows. What I experienced first and foremost, though, was friendliness. I was surprised how friendly and kind most people are. I have heard others complain and say that's not always the case, and sure, occasionally I'm going to meet a rude person, but overall, Sarasota is extremely friendly. I was surprised how few people were actually from not just Sarasota, but Florida in general. And yes, I have indeed met a few Florida crackers, but most people are from outside of Florida. And those of us that have found our way to Florida have made this a choice to live here. There is much more of a feeling of choosing this location as opposed of the feeling of deep roots and family ties. However, speaking of family ties, there is a strong draw for individuals that may have had parents or grandparents that have spent time here in the past, and then they eventually find their way to Florida. Now, this was not the case for myself, so I do think it was a little bit harder for me in some ways. And I've also met plenty of people that have decided Florida truly is not for them. Since I have been here for 5 years, I think it's pretty safe to say that I am happy living in Florida. Again, I did not have a lot of expectations moving here or coming here for my job, and my job did struggle a bit. And now, although I have sold homes for over 25 years, starting in a new marketplace comes with its own set of challenges. I was very accustomed to how it was done in the Midwest, and although transactionally the process may be the same, there was a lot of things I had to learn about Florida real estate. And as we get older, we get used to certain things being certain ways. And so I definitely had to learn a lot. And the first thing was how many neighborhoods we have. Every street and cul-de-sac seemed to have their own little personality and name, which was not familiar to me. Also, there's lots of deed restrictions. We have gates. We have some areas with guards at the gates, some without. And we have restrictions. We have restrictions on rentals, pets, cars, visitors. This was all fairly new to me, and so I had to learn a lot when starting over in the area. Although saying how much I had to learn, what this led me to was my YouTube channel, which I'm very grateful for, because I kept thinking if I was having a hard time understanding all of this, surely I'm not alone. And I decided I wanted to start talking about all this. I want to be sure that if you out there watching want to know what it's like to house hunt or find the perfect neighborhood, you're able to go about doing this with a little bit of insight and knowledge. And this is why my company is Sarasota Neighborhood Experts. Now, not just neighborhoods, but another thing that was surprising to me was the amount of new construction. I've never lived in an area filled with so many national home builders or custom builders. There's such an array of builders. And speaking of homes, I was also surprised by all the ranch style homes until I started thinking about it, and it makes perfect sense. It's a lot easier to cool a ranch style home in the heat of summer. Not to mention, as we all get older, not having a lot of steps makes perfect sense. So like I said, now it all makes great sense to me. All the neighborhoods, everything. Other expectations or surprises I may have had. One, I love the water, but I'm not able to spend enough time on the water. And as calming and enjoyable as the beaches are, I again do not spend as much time as I thought I might, since I'm living here. But what is nice is that it's right there. It's a 10-15 minute drive for me. And when you need that retreat, it's so beautiful having it right there for us, and I don't have to jump on a plane for it. Now, Sarasota and Manatee counties are large and do encompass a large amount of land mass, and familiarizing myself with all this did take some time and effort. Florida is a much larger state than I may have realized, and there is a number of sites and activities to take in and to enjoy and see. And I completely understand why so many people visit Florida, but Florida is so much more than just beaches and Mickey Mouse. Now, did I expect to get tired of the heat? I say quite often that the heat does not bother me, and generally it doesn't until about August and September. August and September in Florida can become stifling, and if there's any time that makes me want to retreat to my Midwest roots, it's definitely those 2 months. The rest of the year is absolutely wonderful. Now, I recently had a good friend ask me if I ever get lonely living in Florida, and I absolutely do. I do not have family that lives close by, and I did expect to miss them. What I was not sure about though was, would the draw to not experience winters again be stronger than the need to be close to family? For now, I can honestly say I do not want to go back to winters, but if the time comes that I need to or perhaps want to, I'm going to be perfectly okay with that. I'm very happy for now getting up and taking my dog out for a walk and not putting on boots and a coat. Overall, Sarasota has exceeded my expectations, and it has taught me a lot about myself, a lot about Florida, and it's taught me a lot about learning a lot of new things. If you're contemplating moving to the area and want to discuss this, please let me know. It was not an easy move for me, so please know it's not all beaches and pretty sunsets. There's a lot that comes in making a move across many states. If you'd like more information, be sure to watch another one of my videos, Why I Moved to Florida. And thanks again for watching. If I can be your real estate resource, just give me a call. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, take care.